Richard Bagguley makes his living with pleasant, sunny murals. The first one I saw was in a London restaurant, and he's done dozens like this. But I've heard there can be a dark side to Richard's work. I'm curious about that. In the grounds of the house, he could get inspiration from either side. So you've met before?
Yes, this is one of the stars. I spent hours working out those skin tones. This is the client's favourite horse, so it stars in the mural. Lovely brown tones. Lovely, aren't you?
There did seem to be something dark about the artist, but I wasn't getting it. Maybe it would help to go inside the house and see his murals. The first mural is in a difficult circular space, and it shows the walled garden outside. It shows it brick by brick.
This one was done by, we took a series of photographs, stuck them together, took the best bits. Then this is actually a 12-foot length of canvas. And there, I counted them one day. Can you imagine when you're doing this, there's 11,000 bricks. Each brick is usually coated 2 or 3 times to get the right hue of colour, or a week. But I mean, they're beautiful to paint because you get such a build-up of textures. Every single brick is different, that's the joy.
So this is actually the garden inside the house?
Absolutely.
Richard Bagguley's other mural in the house still doesn't seem to have much of the dark side. Maybe that woman looks a bit sinister, but Richard's dark side really comes out somewhere else. Well, Richard Bagguley certainly has been visiting sinister places. But just when you think you've got him pinned down as a sunny painter with a potent dark side, he transforms himself again. He's been visiting a Carmelite monastery and studying the monks.
This is Brother Michael. He's been a novice in the Carmelite monastery for 30 years. Every year he religiously fails his test to become a father, which actually it limits his movements a lot because the actual fathers are allowed to travel amongst the different monasteries, and I think they've got them in France and different places in the UK. And this poor chap has been stuck for 30 years in the same place. I don't know if it shows in his features, but I spent a long time, this particular painting, I spent a long time on just involving myself with the actual details. I really wanted to climb into that face and make every element stand out. Again, he's slightly resigned to what he's doing, but he is actually a little bit more relaxed. And there's a little bit of humour there, because this guy's humorous. I mean, he is, in all intents and purposes, Irish. And we might say his brother would be found in any typical Irish pub, but he's not. He's a Carmelite monk. And I still think there's a little bit of a wry sense of humour there. And I think just a little drop here, this little bit shows a little bit of humour.
Another character that Richard was drawn to was Father Cyril. What did he see in the holy man's face?
But he's a wonderful character. Very self-effacing, very, very quiet, very, very gentle. And what I was after was this sort of mixture of serenity and the religious piety. Actually, he's actually saying some of the things I have to do, but I guess this is a nice gesture, allowing this person into my life. Because you see the wrinkle, you see what's happening here? This is very slightly resigned. And his eyes, this area is posing. He's posing, but not with a sort of a welcoming smile posing. It's here he's keeping to one look. You can still see in his eyes what I was trying to capture was a little bit of religious sense, a sense of peace. But generally speaking, I was trying to loosen him up. And this was a little while into the shoot because he was so rigid. So we've got most of this character there, but unfortunately slightly pursed around these areas. But still, I think he's a wonderful character study.
The monks must have got to Richard. Soon he was moving even further away from his dark side. He was starting work on a Virgin Mary. She's at the hairdresser's.